Hi there, guys, and welcome to the Chronicles of Gamers, episode 70. This is a podcast where we love to explain our love-hate relationship with video games. I'm, of course, your host, Efocutioner, and yes, I am doing a very good, I can't believe I think it's only been a week. So, I'm gonna be working very hard to get this up, but you should be watching this Friday during the time of Spider-Man. Unless you're playing Spider-Man and you're watching the video after. Because I don't think most people are going to be watching this video while Spider-Man is out. But who knows? Maybe you guys are. Maybe you guys aren't playing the game. Or maybe you guys are just like me and you're like, yo, I'm just going to finish a few games from my backlog before I pick this up. Because I know this, and then I need to get the last Tomb Raider game. And I still need to play Rise of the Tomb Raider, and now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider's next week, so it's so many games, so little time, man. So, but yo, welcome to episode 70. We are here, we are back, another quickie. I actually have something to talk about real fast before I get into the topic, so, from the topic from last week, right? So, one of my people checked the YouTube channel, they were uploading videos, and they noticed someone posted a comment for the Battlefield, and they put a petition saying yo man, we see you hate Battlefield 2, and why don't you boycott with us, sign the petition, tell people about it, it's there on the comment. And they had just sent me a text saying hey man, did you see the YouTube? And I was like, no. And I was like, what the hell's going on? It's yo, someone put this comment there. I'm like, alright, so I'm like, whoa, wait, what? And it's just it was just a boycott comment. I was like, hold on. Because they were going to respond, and I was like, hold on, man, I kind of want to speak on here. So I was like, let me do this real fast. First of all, I don't care about Battlefield 5. I think I said that already. Let me take off the glasses. I don't care about Battlefield 5. I don't care. I don't care. The thing I cared about was the whole 85% thing. EA released how badly they're doing on their freaking pre-orders. That makes no sense to me. I don't think I've seen a company ever do that. I've seen companies promote the success of games, and I've seen quite a bit of companies when the games have failed. But I've never heard a company be like, yo, our pre-order sales are doing bad compared to the other two games. Like Titanfall 2. Did you hear about Titanfall 2's pre-orders? When it got stuck between, what was it, Call of Duty, and then there was another shooter that was coming out at that time, and that was just very interesting, because it's what? No one said anything about Titanfall doing that. We never heard anything about Titanfall's pre-orders. We never hear anything about anything, any other game's pre-orders. If two big games were competing with each other, you never hear about the pre-order sales. You never hear about it doing less or more. But we just know people are pre-ordering. But we don't hear about pre-order numbers. So that's the thing I was talking about. And my whole defense on that thing is, if EA is going to share that, I feel like EA needs to now share everything. So that's my defense. So for those that want to boycott Battlefield 5, more power on you. You're welcome to your opinion, and you're welcome to continue boycotting. Me, I'm not just boycotting Battlefield 5. I'm boycotting EA. So I'm putting that out there. I'm boycotting EA. As a company. I told you, I want this company to fail. I want this company to go out of business. And I know, like I said, it may suck for people who work for EA, because they're like, well, if they go out of business, then I lose my job, and then look, man, I'm sorry, but you chose this company, you know what this company does, and we don't like this company. I don't like this company. I don't like the way this company treats us. You playing the heart fiddles and stuff? Fuck that, no. So, we will respond to that comment, but I'm just putting it on here right now that I don't care about Battlefield 5. I just cared that it was very interesting that EA released the 85% doing worse than the other two games. I thought that was interesting. Never seen that before. So there. That's my 2 cents on it. So if anybody asks, be like, yo, sorry, see you care about, no, I don't. If Battlefield 5 does bad, it does bad. To be honest, I want EA to do bad. Because I don't think they've learned. I don't think they give a shit. I'm tired of being treated like a dollar sign. I really am. You look at all these stats and numbers, but you don't really start to sit and wonder, like, are we real? So, because of that, fuck you and go out of business. So, let me go into the first topic, because this one's going to be very interesting. And if you notice, I am wearing my Venom t-shirt. I do like when, I liked it when Peter Parker had the symbiote. I'm a fan of that. Although, you know, Eddie Brock's not a bad. But then again, Flash Thompson's not a bad Venom either. Anyways, Puddles and Spider-Man. Holy crap, man. So, of course, for those that have been, you know, keeping up, paying attention to the Spider-Man news, they kind of noticed that we have quite a few fans that not exactly too thrilled about the whole Puddle change. So let me show the picture. I'm gonna get the picture ready. All right, picture should be ready. All right, here we go. Whoops. First time. Puddles and Spider-Man. So as you can clearly see from the picture below, when it originally released, the trailer released in E3, you notice there was like a huge amount of puddles. You know, you can see like backgrounds and puddles and stuff. Apparently, in the release that will be coming out, less puddles, and everyone was like, "Why is there less puddles? What's going on?" So, you know, did HydroMan, you know, come through and just like swipe up all the water because he's like, "Damn, I'm not near the ocean or lake," even though New York's got like plenty of sewers and. But, you know, it's just like, yo, what happened to the puddles? People were just interested in the puddles. You know, the Spider-Man fans were like, where the puddles, man? Did Mysterio come through? Was that a Mysterio trick at E3? You know? Sorry, I'm a little into the Spider-Man. Semi. I'm not huge into, you know, Peter Parker. Or Gwen Stacy. Yeah, she's or Spider-Man. Besides that, though. But, yes. We've got a few tweets. So let me pull up the tweet. So, here we go. So as you can see here, there's been a few tweets. People have commented saying, you know, what's with the downgrade, yet again with Spider-Man. You know, Insomniac pretty much states, like, you know, it's just a small change to the puddle size, no downgrade at all, which is really true. And then I think Mike likes best. Yo, let me go to this, guys. So, Mike likes best. You're going to see him quite a bit, but I think this is this the same one? No, that's not. Let me go to this one. So Mike likes best. This is probably the best one. So he pretty much says, why did they change anything? No. And then, you know, Insomnia pretty much has to state, like, you know, there's plenty other puddles anywhere. And of course, if you guys know, in game development, things do change in game development, you know. That's just a given. You know, what you see can sometimes change. But Mike likes best definitely did not let that go. This is actually his post right here. So, well, he you know, he took someone else's picture, but like this person put like, you know, when Spider-Man is missing highlights off his costume, missing shadows underneath him, the wall has less detail, the tubing on the wall, the lighting, the shading, the buildings, yada yada yada, as you can see from the tweet. Mike likes best was just like, yo, why? So of course, James Stevenson, I believe he is the head developer of Spider-Man, the game, pretty much tells, like, you know, Mike likes best, you know, I'm telling you, I talked to technical engineering and art and looked at the live code on this from the final build. There was no downgrade. But Mike likes best does not let this go. He pretty much continues on. He's like, I don't understand why you changed anything at all. And James Stevenson pretty much just kept hammering the point. There's nothing that changed. Nothing that's changed at all. It's just a small decrease in the puddle size. That's it. And if you want to look at the tweet, you can. He pretty much goes on to talk to Mike likes best. It's pretty funny. And it's gotten to the point where even more people, you know, asked about it. You know, puddles change, puddles move. You know, it's like, but it's game development. You know, things are going to change. And like even James Stevenson comes on again. You know, it's like, it's not moved. This isn't the issue. Shadows move to when you change the lighting, as does what details, and compression does crush the, you know, the fine detail. The suit texture appears no problem on the TV, but it's lost by video compression. So of course, you know, Arachnid, Metallical State 88 pretty much says, like, so the puddle was moved and replaced by a pile of boxes caused by compression. Okay, I got it. You know, trying to be pretty much a douche. But it goes on from there. You know, there are some people that are just like really, really, really upset by this. And of course, there's others that took this as a really funny moment. You know, You got Nibba over here. Retweet if you think Sony should include this icon on the back of their game box. So, we click on that. Small for everyone. And then, of course, we got Julie D, why did they change anything? You see Spider-Man. And then, of course, you got, I think this is the best one. Official Spider-Man gameplay before downgrade. Oh, man. Like, it's hilarious. I had no idea this was so big. Like, there are a lot of people who are quite upset with the Spider-Man change. Like, holy crap. Like, and it's just a puddle. It's just legit puddle. And for those that don't understand game development that much, shit does change. That's just a given. It sucks, but it is what it is, And there's nothing you can really say that much. It's not like they're trying to be lazy. It's just, to be honest, that's just the way it is. Like, honestly, that legit is just the way it is. I mean, I'm not trying to be a douche, I'm not trying to be, that guy or anything, but it's just like, game development, shit changes. Just shit legit changes. And I guess a lot of people are just now realizing that. But, another game that will be coming out that could have did something that what Spider-Man did last year. And I feel like, and I keep mentioning this to people, this is why I don't feel like you should release a trailer or a demo unless your game is close to completion or you need to alert people that shit will change. And guess who did that? Cyberpunk 77. Let me change the topic real fast. Bam. CD Projekt Red is getting my mother effing money. It's getting my money. It's getting all of it. Cha-ching. It's getting all my money. And of course, the first thing they did is they released. So what they did was they actually pretty much did is they did a Twitch. They did a Twitch event, a live demo on their Twitch stream. And they drew in probably from what I've been hearing, it's the highest numbers of views for a newly released upcoming game. Like, think about that for a second. They did a Twitch stream. They didn't do an E3. They didn't do a PAX. They didn't wait to some big event. They could have went to PSX. Nope. They did a simple Twitch stream. And one of the things they did was they kept it simple. And if you watch the stream, or if you haven't, but I got the pictures. Let me see if I can pull it up. Because my computer is like, well, not my computer is fine. It's just for some reason it doesn't want to do the thing that I want it to do. But here we go. So let's switch over. Let's see if I can get this. No, I cannot. Dang, they can get it. Well, pretty much what they said in their video was the fact that, like, they kept it 100% simple, and they pretty much stated, work in progress. This will not be the final design. You see this big old print on the video, and it continues to be there throughout the whole 40-minute video. And it says the same thing. That it is not 100%, it's not ready, but you are welcome to come take a look. It's like, well, not welcome to come take a look, but it's just like, what you see is not the final, work in progress does not represent the final look of the game. That's pretty much what it says. So I'm pulling that up. I really want people to see this, but it looks like my picture is not working. But yes, that is pretty much what it says throughout the video. Of course, you can watch the video on the show notes if you want to do that. But if you see, or if you've seen the Cyberpunk 2077 trailer, there's quite a few things that really mind blew me. Like the first thing that kind of shocked me was the fact that you can create a backstory for your character. Like, that's the part that's just crazy. You can create a backstory. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh my gosh. Man, I had it working before. And then it doesn't want to do it now. Hold on, let me try another. So, let me try this. See if this works. This works. Okay, so we have that. Here we go. So we got the work in progress. So let me blow this up. Transform this. Yo, now we're legit seeing it. We're legit seeing the work in progress game title. Alright, there we go. But yeah. So that's pretty much the first thing. And let me pull up the other picture. Not too happy about that, but it's all good. I believe. Edit and. Okay, here we go. Oh crap. That's right. I have to do it again. Let me see if this will work. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it worked. It worked. Sweet. Woo, yeah. You see it now? So yeah, do you see the crazy customization that you can actually do? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, look at this. Like, you can, like, design, you can do your own childhood hero, key life events, White Knight City. You know, like, it's so crazy. You can actually have yourself go to jail or, you know, go to the best school. Like, to me, it really felt like you were doing, like, you're designing a D&D character. And that's just, like, mind-blowing. Like, what? This is an RPG game where you have that much freedom? Wow. And then, of course, it's a first-person RPG. It's, like, pretty much like Skyrim, or you play Borderlands, Deus Ex a bit. I mean, it's not too bad. And then there's other things you can customize as well. I mean, you could pretty much, let me open this up. I gotta get a better equip, but yeah, like you customize your eyes, you can customize literally how you look, like you customize your appearance, your eyes. You even get to choose what type of stats you want. You know, you can choose colors of the clothes you wear, tattoos. Like, tattoos is like I don't think I've ever seen an RPG where you can do art tattoos, but well, you know what? I'm sorry. Maybe, you know, True Crime Streets of LA actually did that. Yeah, True Crime Streets of LA. So yeah, there's like quite a bit of crazy customization. And then of course, then there's the, you know, the shooting itself. You know, let me pull that up. There's been a few things that are just like kind of interesting about it. So like, it really, to me, it really does have that Borderlands feel. So like, here's the shooting, as you can see. You know, like you see the numbers, and let me get a zoom in. There we go. It's like you get an HP, and then you get the numbers and stuff. So it pretty much kind of, to me, it kind of seems like a Borderlands thing, where it's just like you can actually see, you know, the guns being shot, bam, 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 health bar. Or, you know, for those that play Fallout, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Although what's interesting though, and I have a picture of that, and I want to showcase this real fast, is the fact that you can take boosters in this game. It's like, this is another interesting thing. So let me see if I can find that. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I got that. Man, I took quite a bit of pictures because I didn't want to take the, you know. But yeah, you can actually take boosters. And what's surprising is, like, so when she took this booster in this playthrough, you were actually able to slow down time. Sort of like how Enter the Matrix is with, you know, it's kind of like the, you know, Matrix mode or something like that, but you were able to, like, slow down everything around you, but you're still moving fast, and you, like, boop, 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 fire gun, like, you fire the bullets, and then the bullets will move super slow. Let me see if I can find that as well. Don't know if I have. I don't think I took a picture of that. Oh, wait, yes, I did. Let me see. Here we go. So I think I have that. Like, the effects of the bullets. So yeah, like, you see, like, these weird white lines. That's actually the bullets traveling in slow motion. So you're moving, like, at your normal pace, but everything else is like Bobby Valentino slowed down and stuff. So it's like, it's quite interesting. I was like, oh my gosh. And this is definitely an M-rated game. There's also weapon customizations. So let me show that real fast. So it's like, you can see. I'm not going to show you everything. It's like, well, actually, no, this is not a weapon. I want to show. That'll be a good one. So I'll show this one. Because I don't want to show you guys everything. I want you guys to go watch the trailer. As you can see, you can get, there's like weapon you know, you can do like weapon modifications. You can do modifications towards yourself. I believe the playthrough that was showcase Like, they gave her, like, a eye that was able to see through walls and stuff, and then you could, like, scan enemies. And then she had her right arm ended up being, like, you could take a look at your weapon stats, but it also improved the quality of the weapon a bit. So it's like guns did a little bit more damage. So yeah, it's like, it's crazy. And then, of course, this is an M-rated game. And then the city itself, man. Like, the city itself. Oh my god. Let me see if I can pull this up. One thing that also mind blew me about this game was this. Like, the city is so freaking huge. And then what they promised was that each, like, non-playable character is going to have, like, their own interactions. And it's not going to be, like, the same standard, stand still. Like, no, people are going to be moving about. They're going to be doing their own thing. If you bump into people, that might cause an interaction where something might happen, where you might get into a fight, or they just might be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you don't know about this game. Granted, all of this is all subjective, and as you continue to see in a lot of these pictures, it's a work in progress, and it doesn't represent the full thing, so that's kind of why I'm not talking too much about everything. But of course, even clothes have stats, but like I said, you play Fallout, it's pretty much the same thing, so yeah. But yeah, I am liking this game. It is pretty huge. I think I might low-key be in love with CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077. Like, wow. Like, I think that's pretty much what other game companies should do now. You don't need to do it at a huge event. You can just do it at a Twitch channel. But the most important thing is you need to put in writing for people, because then that way no one can say anything, that no one can get mad, and then no one can bitch and complain. Because I get tired of this, because they're just like, I don't understand why gamers just don't get it, man. Game development is tough and things are going to chase. And I'm like, then just keep it simple. Don't show a trailer until the shit is finished. Or if you're going to show a trailer, do what Cyberpunk did. Put it in big-ass writing. Work in projects. Nothing is set in stone in this game until we are officially ready to release the game. It's simple, and it covers your ass, and then no one can say shit. Because it'd be like, hey, this thing that was in the trailer before is not, like, bruh, there's a big-ass thing on words, like, on the video. It's work in progress. It's not entirely set in stone. So there's going to be shit that was going to change. So now they can't say nothing. But I think, this game, Cyberpunk 2077, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing this game. This is going to be fun. Although I'm going to do a quick mention, though. Let me see if I pull this up. So, yeah. So, this topic pretty much goes into, like, this is from the EA, the Madden, tragedy that happened in Jacksonville. I am sorry that happened, but because of the event, I will say this, EA is nice enough that they're going to be donating $1 million to provide to the families at the event, so I think that's a great thing. And then also they canceled all the Madden NFL 2019 Classic qualifier events, but I believe EA will have an event September 6th, where they'll let you know where you can actually donate any money to the survivors as well, and to help out the families, of course, for those that, lost friends and family. Although there is one thing that kind of changed. I know Jacob Mitchell is he's a survivor from the tournament. He's also trying to sue EA. That's just a quick mention. Not trying to say this as, what the hell, but it's just like, he's trying to sue EA because of the fact that he's suing EA, Madden, the Jacksonville Mall, hell, even the Chicago pizza, the pizza parlor at where the tournament took place. He's pretty much trying to sue them all for saying that they didn't provide adequate security. And I know there are some people that kind of feel like, this guy's just trying to take advantage of a tragedy. But he was there at the event, and he was one of the people that got shot and injured. Granted, I don't know the full extent to the injury, but, he was there and he got shot and injured. And I know from there are people that, suing aside, but it was just like, there are people that, kind of heard his story, and then they've heard, like, other survivor stories, and they've heard, like, the fact that it was just a really scary moment, to the point where now they don't want to go to, like, any tournament. There are people that just don't want to go to, like, Call of Duty tournaments, or hell, there are people that, like, in the FGC that just don't want to go to tournaments anymore. And I know K-Brad, like, he's a fighting game player. He pretty much released a video And you can go check it out on his Twitter, because I didn't want to, take his clip and anything, but you can go watch it on Twitter. And I think he made a very interesting point that you can't let yourself be scared to not go to events or not attend events at, anywhere. And granted, it's like, yeah, I know, one person kind of did something that does make you have your eyes open and be like, oh, we could get attacked anywhere. But it's like, you can't let fear rule your life. And I know for me, I'm still going to attend tournaments and stuff. Granted, the tournaments I've been going to, security's been fine, so I've never really had that much of a problem. And to be honest, the people there secure themselves, so I just don't feel like you should let this type of situation scare you from not attending other, video game tournaments. Like, you are missing out. There are great, wonderful events. There's a great way for you to get some practice in. There's a great way for you to meet new people. It's a great way for you to just, network. And hell, it's just fun being there. It's just like you get to see all the cool matches live. It's nothing wrong with watching it at home on Twitch, but being there live and, you get to be around other people that just love the same game as you. It's just, and then you get off to do a little smack talk too. But, man, don't let that stop you from not going to events. If you can't go because of money wise, that's understandable. But please don't let that scare you from not going to an event. But I do feel that EA, I think they're doing a great job with the whole donating the $1 million thing. And to Jacob, I don't know what to say. I mean, I get it. EA, it is an EA event. They probably should have did some better security, but at the same time, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. So I leave it at that. But for the rest of y'all, don't let that scare you. Don't let that freaking scare you. Go to events. Go to events. Go to freaking events. If you can afford it, go to it. If you just want to go to one event, just pick an event. In fact, just do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Frosty Frosties to compete in, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And I'm doing that, and that's in the suburbs here in Chicago. So, I'll have to take the metro. But, I don't want to go too far, so, just do that. If you can't go to, one of the big, huge ones, just, go to one that's close to you. And although this one's going to be a pretty huge one, it's just, it's close to me. So, don't let that stop you. Go to events. They're fun. They're super duper hella fun. Battlefield 5 makes improvements! So I'm going on EA's case again. Yes, so they did one wonderful thing, but, they did something that kind of just made me be like, So Battlefield 5 got pushed back. So it's getting pushed back, and their new release date is November 20th, 2018. So it's the week before Thanksgiving. Yes. No. Within the Thanksgiving week. But pretty much, because then it's Black Friday's right after that. Oh, snap. That's, they pretty much put down that the reason was that they wanted to make improvements. They've been listening to people's, wonderful praises from, the closed beta. And then, of course, they wanted to make some gameplay improvements and yada, yada, yada. Although, we all understand the real reason of this is because of the Call of Duty and Red Dead Redemption, because no offense, you did put out the 85%. Let's be honest with it. You said 85%. You guys were doing Battlefield 5 was doing 85% and less than Call of Duty and Red Dead. So I'm just putting it out there. I get it that you want to make it seem like, oh, we just want to make some improvements. But I'm like, then again, you guys do patches. So I hopefully there shouldn't be a patch for Battlefield 5. I'm just putting it out there. If you're just going to move it back a month, then there shouldn't be a patch. It should be just good to go. There should be no patches. Because you did say that you're pulling it back because you want to make some improvements and make some better, changes to the gameplay and all that stuff. So clearly there should be no patch on this release. There's a patch and I call bullshit. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make that quick announcement. Also, for those that are watching the video, and if you do care, the beta is out right now. So the beta is released for everyone September 6th. So if you are watching this video, you have until September 11th to play the Battlefield 5 game. And if you like it, you can go freaking pre-order it or buy it or whatever the hell you want to do. Me, as I said before, I don't really care, but I'm only doing this because I find it funny that they said they wanted to make improvements after they just released or they let leak the 85%. So at this point, you can do whatever. Oh, snap. Did I forget about this? Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh. I did forget about this. Oh, no, that's Devil May Cry. Ooh, I was supposed to do this a lot earlier. Holy crap. I am so sorry for that. Man, I effed up. I was supposed to talk about this literally after Spider-Man, but I thought that was a good transition from talking about how, the Puddles situation from their trailer to Cyberpunk 2077. I thought that was just a good transition. Ooh. Alright, so, Spider-Man DLC. Of course, there's Spider-Man DLC. The first DLC, The City That Never Sleeps. So there's it's a 3-part, series within this DLC. And I believe the first one is going to be called The Heist, and that one will be released October 23rd? Yes, October 23rd. So the first DLC, The Heist, which is based off the Never Sleeps, what was it? The Never Sleeps the City. Or The City That Never Sleeps, sorry. That's the Never Sleeps the City. No, it's The City That Never Sleeps. Sorry. So pretty much The Heist will be out October 23rd, and you'll be able to experience certain events during the main storyline of the game. And if you're curious to know what the first DLC is going to be about, well, as you play the game, you'll realize that so this is from Insomniac itself. As you play the game, base game, you will realize that Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat, is back in town, and she's leaving clues around town for Spider-Man. And in Marvel Spider-Man: The Heist, she'll finally reveal herself, featuring new missions, challenges, and as well as a brand new, faction of enemies and 3 additional suits for you to unlock. And you don't want to miss it. That's what they're pretty much saying. So if you are interested, after you play the base game, which most of you guys are, if you are interested for some more Spider-Man, come back October 23rd. Granted, if you're curious, or if you just want all 3 of the DLC, you can, of course, buy the City That Never Sleeps pack, which will be $24.99. Or if you want, you can buy each individual chapter for, $9.99, aka $10. And then the other 2 chapters will be the Turf Wars and Silver Lining. Those will be released November and December, respectively. No official, actual date yet, but they will be released November, December. Now, granted, if you buy each, that's, for $9.99, that's $30. So the City Never Sleeps, when you buy the pack, that's, $25. It's a $5 difference. I'm not going to really complain about it because I think that's kind of nice. I think in this situation, this type of DLC is okay. So respectfully, I think if you are interested, after playing the base game, if you are interested to play some more Spider-Man, I think buying the pack is the better choice because you save at least $5. And that $5 goes a long way because you can put it towards some other stuff. And then last but not least, Devil May Cry. It looks good. Devil May Cry 5 looks alright. That's pretty much it. Devil May Cry 5 looks alright. I'm just keeping it short and simple with that because it's just I like the game. It's decent. It looks pretty good. And let me go into the indie radar. So we're gonna go into some indie radar now. So my indie radar for today is Don't Give Up. So there's this game on Game Jolt called Don't Give Up. Let me pull it up. So that way you guys can see. That way when you go to Game Jolt, you go to Game Jolt right here. Game Jolt. And then of course you look for the game Don't Give Up. So what's surprisingly about this game is you play as this game developer who just been having a very hard time, as we've been talking about a little bit about game developers. He's been having a hard time, because he's got fired from his job. He's having a hard time balancing his social life, being able to pay his bills. And, he's been contemplating, doing something to himself. But, he's having a hard time trying to battle his inner demons. Let's just put it like that. And what's funny is, and I know at first it doesn't sound funny, is the demons itself, trying to balance, the crushing thing being a game developer with no job, trying to find a job, and then, putting his putting his heart out there, doing something that he truly loves, and he's trying to better himself for it. And of course, trying to interact with the real world. Like, as you see in the clip right here, like, he wants to go get some pizza, and then, like, this asshole just knocks down this pizza for no apparent reason. And you actually get into a fight with this guy. And when you beat his ass, it's, like, kind of hilarious. He's just like, man, I was just doing this because I just wanted a discount on pizza. Like, And what's surprising is the combat is very interesting, because it's like, you use the arrows to, like, dodge attacks. And then, of course, you can, like, counter attacks, and then you can attack yourself. And there's, like, 2 phases. So it's like, there's the enemy attack, but you can still attack during the enemy attack. And you attack during the enemy attack to bring down their defense. And then from there, you can actually go ahead into your attack. And then in your attack, it does some, like, you get to do, like, cool combos and stuff. And of course, here's more of the world. They have a Kickstarter as well. Like, here's a Kickstarter, of course. I actually like this game. I found it quite interesting. Story-wise, it's surprising. It's made me curious. But it's really the combat that's just quite interesting, because I'm not used to using the keyboard and mouse. And I gotta tell you, if I like using the keyboard and mouse in a game, I always tell people, because I hate keyboard and mouse. In this game, you have to do it. And this one doesn't feel exactly too bad. So, and like I said, the story itself is pretty interesting. So if you are curious, if you're like, yo, man, I want to see the big deal about this thing, or this, big deal about this game, don't give up. Here's a game. It's on Jolt. Highly recommend you check it out. I enjoyed it. I actually might support it. And then that's just my 2 cents on it. And then granted, the last one that I want to talk about is Oxenfree. So I just finished that on PS4. I finished the first playthrough, which was quite interesting. And, oh my gosh, I really don't know what to say about it. Like, I need more time to reflect, but I will say this. The story is very, very, very out there. Like, I was not expecting what I was expecting. And I think having that one guy tell me, like, this was a game of, like, hide and seek, it really does feel like that when you play Oxenfree. But what's even more crazy is the fact that when you beat the game, you don't really, I'm not even going to spoil that. All I know is I had a very fun time playing Oxenfree. I highly recommend you buy this game. Not just try, buy this game. Like, I really enjoyed the experience. I'm actually doing a second playthrough. Like, I'm not even going to wait. I'm just doing a second playthrough now. So that's what I'll be streaming. But I wanted to talk about Oxenfree because I thought that was just, very, very interesting. And yeah. And then that's pretty much it. Yeah, I should probably make a closing. But yeah, hold on. Let me see if we can do that real fast. So we're going to make a closing one. But yeah, so I believe it is time for, and let me get this together. Well, you know what? Since Lord Brioche isn't here, I'll do this. So here we go, Lord Brioche. This is for you, because you're not here. Lord Brioche, Gamer Composer, is not here. So we'll do shameless plug. I think whoops. I spelled plugins wrong. There we go. Shameless plugins. So, of course, Chronicles of Gamers. Chronicles of Gamers. You can follow us on Twitter, iCast, Sound2, iCast, Acast, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. Of course, you can follow me, Efocutioner. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm now starting to get the Instagram together. I have some pictures from conventions and stuff that I've been to that I'm just going to be throwing all on there. So you're going to see like a huge ass photo dump. So it's coming in a few short days. But yeah. And then, of course, if you like the show, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much, computer. Damn, I got another person messaging me. Ain't this a bitch, man? I just want to record an episode. But yes, that's pretty much it. That's the shameless plugins. Short, simple, straight to the point. At this point, you already know what it is. Until Lord Brioche comes back, then I'll call it selfless plugins. But for right now, it's just shameless. And then, of course, Gamer Composer, I want him to come back, but I know both of them are like super busy working on projects and stuff. But it's all good. Special shout out to both of them on the show. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. I am out of here, so